All right, so the final war, we have Ghost, Apocalypse, and Tigra bands. All right, so starting with Boss Island, Null, you have Hood and Symbiote Supreme. Mephisto, you have Void and S99. Maul, you have S99 and Overseer. Doom, you have S99 and Magneto with Max Pacify. Chavez, you have Immortal, Abomination, S99. Hulkling, you have Hood and Rintra. Void, you have any half immune debuff detox option, or you have Falcon, and then King Groot, you have Symbiote Supreme and Hood. 1 through 3 on the way out. Nimrod, you have Gallon and Nebula. Path 1, Cersei, Hood, or Symbiote Supreme. Apocalypse, not really a concern there. Omega Sentinel is the direct counter, but Nimrod does fine as well. Path 2, Rintra, Titania, or S99, Domino, Omega Sentinel, or Nimrod. And then Path 3, CGR or Claire for Skrull, and then Doom or CGR or don't use CGR. You can use CGR, but with a Odin buff for Guardian. 4 through 6 on the way out, Longshot, Overseer, and Rolk. On the way in, Spam, Overseer, and Falcon or Venom. Just watch out for Power Snack. Path 4, Havoc, you have Warlock, or you have G99, and then for Surfer, you've got Doom and any other Mystic, Hood, Symbiote Supreme. Path 5, Overseer, you can go with Shang-Chi, you can go with Fury, and then Nova, you have Tigra's band, you have Hood or Symbiote Supreme as well, or any of the Magnetos, or Doom. Path 6, Kitty Pryde, Cap Sam, and Nimrod. And then Scorpion, you have Fury or Magneto. 7 through 9 on the way out, Cosmic Ghost Rider, you have Rintra, you have Hood and Symbiote Supreme. And on the way in, Wong, Ant-Man, Doom will work. And then Path 7, Quicksilver, you have Fury, you have Elsa, you have Falcon, and then for Korg, you have Omega Red, Doom, White Magneto. Path 8, Mojo, Titania, S99. And then for Gore, if you have the synergy, you can use S99, or you can use Hood and Symbiote Supreme with Odin Brieffights. And then Path 9, Magneto, you have Hulkling, you also have Thing, and then for Bishop, you have Warlock or Ultron, and an Odin pre-fight if you want it for help. Back at the top, 1 through 3 on the way in, Cap Sam, Gallon's your top option. You could try Hulkling, but you would not want to block almost ever. Penny, Gallon, or Hulkling. Immortal, Abomination, Ultron, or Overseer. 1 through 3 on the way out, Thing, Falcon, Valkyrie. Path 1, Hulk, Falcon, or anyone Warlock. Path 2, Havoc, or another Incinerate Immune. And then Path 3, like Falcon, because of debuff detox, not an Incinerate Immune, but Falcon being debuff detox. But Falcon also for Mr. Fantastic, but you can also use any of the other skill debuff detox options. 4 through 6 on the way out, Man-Thing, you have Mr. Negative, you have Titania. Path 4, Kingpin, you can go with Omega Red, you can go with any of the debuff detox options, nothing really too challenging there. Path 5, Weapon X, you have Nimrod and you have Omega Sentinel. And then Fury, you have Colossus, you have Omega Red, you have Havoc. Path 6, Mr. Negative, you have any of the skill debuff detox options, and then for Tigra, S99, Mr. Negative, Titania. 7 through 9 on the way out, Arcus, you have Hood and Symbiote Supreme. Path 7, Jabari Panther, your best bet is to use Omega Red, but The node doesn't exactly interact with the stun if it's a passive stun, so you could use White Magneto as well, and then Mordo, Doom, S99, plenty of options for that. Archangel, and then Annihilus, Hood or Symbiote Supreme, and then Path 9, Terrax, Havoc if you're going to use or go for him with the boss up, or Overseer, or Hood or Symbiote Supreme, but you could also wait till the boss goes down and use Kingpin or Cosmic Ghost Rider, and then Gallon. Any of those similar options can work there as well. So that does it for defense. Let's take a look at attack. All right, so our final war of the season is against Matrix Family. Today, I'm going to be taking in White Magneto, Falcon, and Doom. I've got Path 1 in Section 1 and Path 7 in Section 2, mini-boss on Boss Island, and because Falcon's coming, you can pretty much guess that that mini-boss is Void. So, Path 1 here in Section 1, all that's on it is an Immortal Hulk. Pretty simple fight. We're going to use Falcon. And yeah, there's not much to this fight. Get locked on, bait special attacks. I'm not going to parry once. I'm not going to throw a special one. I do have Mystic Boost slapped on, but that's because of the fight I'm going to take afterwards. And the Invulnerability Boost is just to kind of make sure that I don't... Wait, no, I went Combat Regen. Yeah, so... You know, pretty simple fight as long as you don't get hit in the face while he's unblockable. I believe in this fight, I ignore the fact that Locked On isn't on when he hits Immortality. I've had a couple instances in both BGs and Arena where it doesn't completely shut it off. So figured it's just better to trigger it instead of trying to get myself locked on and getting cornered as a result. So going well here, already at 50%. Just hitting into his block so we don't get cornered. We're locked on again. Here comes a big special 2. Good to go. And I believe he's really passive with the next special attack, so we're not actually going to get him down in this locked on. Yeah, we were trying to get a heavy attack and he was just being stubborn. So here I'm just going to go ahead and KO him. Let this run out while I'm waiting for locked on. Hit him a couple times so I don't get cornered. Now that it's over, lock on, intercept, KO. So really easy fight, nothing to worry about. Now we move on to one of the three fights actually, I was most worried about, and it is this Wong on 26, Conflictor, and Hazard Shift. Now this should have been super easy. I saw a video of pretty much the Doom cycle, but on the second, after the first special 3, you just, instead of focusing on trying to push him to special 3, you just power drain him and get to your second special 3, and then get that Fury, and it'll pretty much be over. But here, after seeing that video and then asking some questions, the advice I was given was to wait out the bleed phase, and you're going to see why that's a problem. Here, first off, I miss a bunch of parries, and that's a problem because when he uses a heavy attack and he has charges, he gains power. Now that he's out of there, I can finally attack into him. He's a bit passive here, not a big deal. But he's in range to basically cast a blue spell. Now, almost all of his spells are gone here. We're in bleed, I'm parrying correctly. And where I fail is in this next shock phase. Both the blue around his hands and his blue charges made me think that he went into the blue spell, or that he had one casted, but he doesn't have it casted. So we don't have to worry about the unstoppable when triggering a buff, and that's why I'm passive here. I thought at the time the blue spell was cast. It's not, and that ruined that shock phase. Now why that's a problem now is I'm cornered, and if he starts throwing heavy attacks, he's going to power gain. So he power gains all the way to special 3 after 2. We're in a little bit of trouble here. He comes out of special 3 with all 3 spells casted. So now, for sure, if I trigger a buff, I'm going to have to deal with Unstoppable. And that's why I haven't thrown the special 3 yet. I am waiting for those spells to end. Unfortunately, right as it's about to end, he throws a special attack, and that triggers another blue, so I have to throw this special 3 to get out of the corner. I don't even care that he's in the bleed. And through all of this, the first time I did a good job managing his charges when he got to 100. The second time I didn't. I took burst damage from it. So there's the blue spell. I thought he was going to be unstoppable because I trigger a Fury with the special 3, but it didn't happen. So now I'm just waiting for that to expire. But we are pretty cornered here, and I can't really do anything about it. Throw this special 1. Luckily, it outlasts the unstoppable. I don't have a buff, so we're not triggering unstoppable. At this point, he's in bleed. I don't care. I got pushed to special 3 from power draining him or stealing him. I'm hoping that I come out of this special 3 with him low enough on health and the Fury that I can KO him before he comes out of stun, because he's going to be unstoppable out of this special 3, and 3 hits does it. So I saved it. It was absolutely chaotic, and I had to go take a breath after that. Especially with this next fight. So here was another fight I was kind of worried about. I'm using Falcon. I'm aware I have a White Magneto pre-fight, and that Quicksilver still shrugs a passive stun, but it does not at least feed the node if he does shrug that stun, because it has to be a stun debuff. So I'm not worried about him going unblockable here. What I'm really worried about is him just being stubborn and never throwing a special attack and eating a special 2. What's pretty safe is I don't have to worry about whiplash charges. He has so many hits in his combo that I pretty much always get charges. But I was going to lock on, parry, and attack while his momentum was low enough. Once he gets to, I believe it's 600, he's going to start evading the stun or an intercept. And I can't shut it off with locked on. So here I'm just trying to get the special 1 out. He finally throws it. Great. I'm going to block bait heavies here. We're not locked on. Another good special 1 right out. Bait a heavy there. Attack. Now we're going to try and get locked on with this next one, but I get knocked down. So we're waiting for heavy there. We lock on. Wait for heavy there. We go at him. Wait for another heavy there, because he's at terminal velocity. And then that special 2 KOs him. So we clutched that one. Ended up not being as big of a deal as I thought it would be. Then Korg here. We're going to use Doom. We have a White Magneto pre-fight that we're going to place. And we're just going to keep this one easy. After that Wong fight, not trying to do anything fancy here. Not going to try and end it super fast by doing some weird Doom cycle where we end up dexing and triggering his unstoppable and unblockable, and we just can't get it to turn off. So here it's just get rid of rock stacks, nuke him down with special 3. Hopefully throw the special 3 while his protection is down and the rock stacks are down. So we get rid of rock stacks. Once they're gone, we parry heavy so that we can start doing some real damage, and hopefully we're around special 3 at that point. And then we throw the special 3 while the rock stacks and the protection are gone. And that's all I'm going to really focus on. That's it. We're not doing anything else. We're not doing anything fancy. I'm not going to try and get a double Fury and throw a special 2 without rock stacks up. Nope. Just going to take this nice and slow and easy. So pretty much whittling him away here. Not quite at special 3 yet. Trying to get this special 2 out. He finally throws it. Get the rock stacks off here. Get a parry heavy. Nope. Special 1. Typical. Knock him down here. And then go into the special 3. But again, this is not a fight we were trying to make fancy. Doom has energy attacks. We're not going to end up triggering thorns, so we can bypass that. Don't rely on the shock. Korg is shock immune, so you cannot do a medium heavy here. And there I was trying to get to special 3 before the rock stacks came back. Didn't happen. So this is going to strip him of his rock stacks, but we're not going to do that much damage. And then we're going to go at him with 2 Furies. Remove the rock stacks. Still just going at him. Trying to gain some power, maybe get to special 2, but he throws a special 1 and then we just KO him down. So really easy fight, pretty straightforward. Last fight of the war, the one I was the last fight I was worried about. Void here. You guys have seen me do this before. Pretty much guaranteed that we're going to be cornered while not locked on. We're going to have to dex a bunch of heavies. And yeah. So here, I suggest practicing this. It's a double dex off that heavy so that you don't get slapped by the third hit while you're trying to lock on. Then it's just block baiting heavies or intercepting. I would not recommend unless you're really comfortable. And I am with Void, but on this node, it's just so risky. I don't try to dex too many special attacks. Plus, if that dang debuff makes it through, it's gonna make your dex fail. So we are not locked on here. We're waiting on the cooldown to end. Finally gets it there. I take this special one as an opening to get locked on without having to dex a heavy. We're actually doing a great job staying away from the wall at the moment. Throwing these special ones because I have max deep wounds and I just want the additional damage. And there, made it through. There's that dex buff. Now, at this moment, I realized my dex could fail, but I was going to start parrying attacks and hope to get debuff immune, and I did. So we only threw one heavy at the start, but we got the debuff immunity up to get rid of that dex fail debuff. Forget the name of it. And then while he was having against the wall, after one we lock on, and then we work our way off the wall. And this bleed pretty much does it, but I think we get a few hits in after this special 2, and we finish the fight. So perfect season using Falcon versus Void and Anti-Venom. Not perfect fights, but I'll take it. Our battle group actually did poorly compared to theirs. They donutted. We died 3 times. And then we actually ended up losing this war 5-6. So pretty unfortunate. The loss and the matchups around us actually knock us out of the top 10. It's fine. Our goal was Masters, so finishing in Masters is enough. This actually put us at 10th, but there was a corrected tiebreaker score where New Nation lost. And with them winning that war and points, it puts them above us. So it knocks us out of the top 10, puts New Nation in the top 10. It's the right thing to do. Happy for them finishing top 10, and I'm happy it actually got corrected. I am slightly surprised that NewN just wasn't given top 10 rewards and that the scoreboard stayed the way it was. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will catch you guys at reward video opening or whatever. I may save it for the stream tomorrow. But go ahead and hit subscribe and give this video a like, and I will catch you guys at the next one.